Hey everyone, it's Shawanda Williams with Refreshing the Soul podcast, and I serve women who have experienced infidelity or childhood traumas that have left them emotionally, mentally, and spiritually traumatized, but they are ready for healing. They're seeking wholeness. They're no longer blaming their past. They're no longer blaming the person. They are ready to do the soul work, and they're ready to move forward. And so for this week, I have a midweek refreshment for your soul, and it's on being patient in the process. Being patient in the process. You know, the other day I was just thinking about when I was in school, in 5th grade particularly. I remember the class. I remember my teacher. His name was Mr. Zarzeski. And I remember the first 9 weeks I got in straight A's. And then the third 9 weeks, I got straight A's and 1 B. I got a B in social studies. Look at me. I remember the class too. And I remember I felt devastated. I felt destroyed inside. You know, that's the overachiever in me, which is a whole nother message. But I remember just feeling, I was so upset. I couldn't believe I got this B. And I'm like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get an A, so I can get straight A's again for the last 9 weeks, right? And so for me to get an A in social studies, there were several assignments. There were several pop quizzes. I don't know if y'all remember pop quizzes, right? And tests that I remember I had to take to keep my grade up at an A so I could get an A at the end of the 9 weeks. And so just recently, I've just being encouraged by someone about, because I'm very, sometimes when we're in the process of something, you just want to see it. You want to see the manifestation. You want to see the change. And I know in me, like, there are things in my soul that I have dealt with for years. And now that I'm learning about God's truth and who I am, I've been speaking it consistently. I've been believing it consistently. But I still notice then that feeling, that thing is there. And it's like, gosh, I want to get to a place where it's no longer a trigger. It's no longer a thing, right? And she reminded me, listen, change, process, transformation, it comes in stages. It's not just this, okay, you're believing, you're speaking, it's just going to change overnight. It's going to change in a month. And I'm not here to say how long your process is. I'm not here to say your process is maybe a soul transformation. Maybe you're building a business, or maybe you're building wealth and you're trying to become more financially stable, or maybe you're building a family and you're trying to make some changes in the way you raise your kids. It can be a process of anything. And I've been having to be reminded, just, trying to be patient. Be patient in the process. Honestly, patience, it has to have its perfect work in order for us to be complete, and we have to allow it. And it's just knowing that you're on the right track. I want to encourage you, you're on the right track. You're doing the right things. Be patient. Allow God to take you through those stages. Allow him to take you through the assignments, the pop quizzes, the tests. The next 9 weeks, I had to stay diligent on top of my work, be consistent with studying, being consistent with all those things. And as much as I wanted an A so bad, I knew there were things that I had to take and do and do well in order to get an A at the end of that 9 weeks. But it came with all those assignments. So there are some things in your process. It's going to come with different assignments. It's going to come with different tasks, and you may start noticing the change slowly. It may not be this big dramatic change, but you may start notice, even in a conversation, wow, I normally wouldn't respond that way, but I responded with more meekness, more patience, or more boldness, more confidence. And God is he's such a faithful God. He's faithful to perform your healing. He's faithful to perform your transformation. So I just want to encourage a sister right now that if you're in the middle of transforming, if you're in the middle of an area where you're seeking God for healing or for wholeness, I want you to remember to be patient in the process. Don't be anxious for anything, not even for transformation. God knows your heart. He loves that you want to be whole. He loves that you want to find rest for your soul. But more importantly, he wants you to be patient because it shows that you trust what he can do and not what you can do. And just remember too that sometimes our lack of patience can cause the process to be harder. It can cause it to be heavier. Don't put that extra pressure on you. Don't look at the fact that of this one B you got, and you got all these A's, you're doing great in this area. You're becoming more whole in this area, but because you see this one B, because you see this one area that is not where you want it to be, you're focusing on that, and you're not giving yourself patience. Don't do that, because you're going to make it heavier. You're going to make it harder. God is with you, and he will transform you in the time that is needed. All right. In his timing, not ours. Trust the process and be patient in it. Bye. Love you. Mwah.